During our next selection, we're going to demonstrate what is known as a soli for you. And every section in our band is going to take a soli, which is kind of like a solo, but it's going to be in a small group. And what we're going to do is we're going to take like instruments. So we're going to have a soli that's going to feature our flute section, our clarinet section, our saxophone section, trumpets, trombone and baritone, and percussion. So you'll get to hear each of the different instruments individually. When I was working on my master's degree in beginning band instruction, one of the concepts that came up that was vital to the success for young students when they're learning a new instrument or an instrument at all is the fact of, there's one particular fact of physiological development, and that is that your ears during your 6th grade era of life finish developing, meaning they're done growing, they're done working hard and getting better. So parents, it's very important to make sure that they learn to listen this year, okay? Trust me. And one of the things that I like to do with our young musicians is we do a lot of call and response activities where I will play something, they have to figure it out without music, and then mimic that back to me. And it takes a little time to get comfortable and used to it, but they get pretty good at it eventually. And there's an exercise in our method book that I absolutely love, and that is going to be Camp Town Races. And it's presented to the students in a way that it's missing notes. They just aren't printed in the book. The students have to listen to me play that piece, play their instrument, and try to figure out what that note is that was missing. Write it in, and then we can finally perform the piece. So this is going to be Camp Town Races, and parents of 6th graders, please feel free to look into your child's book and see where they wrote in the notes that were missing. During our warm-up, you heard several of these things happening, but I want to kind of talk about a few things that are very important that the students are also doing. Besides learning notes and rhythms and how to play their instrument, they're also taking a notice of other markings that are found in music that indicate various things. And our next example is another test that they took. This is entitled The Frog Song. And the Frog Song introduces the slur, which is advancing from one note to another without using your tongue, which is kind of a different type of articulation than regular playing. And it also has the students doing some other activities inside this exercise, but it's great to know that they are able to accomplish these specific goals in each different piece. Our next selection that we're going to play for you, our students are going to demonstrate their knowledge of some vocab words that they learned while preparing for this concert and preparing for playing in band. And those vocab words are going to be pertaining to tempo, which is going to be the speed of our music. We are going to start with our slow speed, which is known as the next tempo that we are going to demonstrate for you is our medium speed, which is known as And one of the things that I love about this exercise and actually a game that we play where we work through these various tempos is that they didn't even realize that they were practicing. We play a game called Dropout where we take a piece of music we play through, and if you don't make any mistakes, you get to move on to round two and play the same thing faster, and you play the same thing faster, and you play the same faster, until we get to our final tempo, which is our fast tempo, which is known as Allegro. We hope you enjoy. So far, we've discussed a lot of the things that the students have worked on and learned throughout this semester, this first semester and their first semester in band class. The next one is probably my favorite. There is a lot that goes into music that goes beyond looking at a symbol on a piece of paper, maybe several symbols at the same time, and knowing what to do. It's putting your heart and soul into it. And the first step is learning to control your breath and being able to play with good dynamic control. Our next selection, Mahanaman Harvest, is going to demonstrate the student's ability to crescendo, to get louder, and to decrescendo, to get softer. Our next selection is going to be kind of reminiscent to something that I told you about. This is a call and response activity, and like I said earlier, I do a lot of call and response with our young students to help them develop their ear and make the connection between their ear and those symbols on the page. However, this exercise and this next one that we're going to play, which is entitled Gonna Fly Now, has the opportunity for some of the students to do the call. So we're going to let several of our students take little solos here. We hope you enjoy. Thank you. Soloists, stand and be recognized. Please hold applause from the audience until I go through all the names. Stand when I call your name. Kata, Jacob, Caleb, Nicholas, Emma, Brantley, Joseph, Riley, Kaya, and Aubrey. These students, I don't know if you remember if you were in band, doing that in your first 6th grade band concert was probably pretty terrifying. I think back to when I was in 6th grade band, there's no way I would have been willing to do that. So these students did a fantastic job stepping up to the plate for this. That's your moment of glory. Sit down. Next, we're going to play a chorale for you. And a chorale is a slow piece of music that is very beautiful. This one has 2 parts to it. It's got 2 different things that the students could be playing, a high part and a low part. But more importantly, this teaches the students the skill to be able to watch their director and follow the speed that I choose. Because sometimes I want to go faster or slower. They don't know when I want to do this. They have to watch. So they don't know what I'm going to do tonight. Whether I'm going to take each little section fast or slow, they just have to follow me, and we kind of hope for the best right now. So we hope you enjoy. Our 6th grade classes meet in 2 sections. We have a 6th hour and a 7th hour, and sometimes I'm able to test them a little bit before we start classes in 6th grade, and I can get them divided into woodwind and brass, which is a great thing. Some years that doesn't work out from various schedules or reschedules of some events like this year. So we have kind of mixed groups in both groups, but we're lucky in the fact that both my 6th and 7th hour classes have cadet teachers. These are high school seniors that are in band that come over and assist me, helping the students, whether that's just playing with them, whether that's walking around and making sure they understand the concept. We're very blessed to have 2 fantastic cadet teachers with our 6th grade this fall. And up first is Olivia Smith, who's going to be directing one of our favorite holiday classics. Next will be Nate Thomas conducting Jolly Old St. Nicholas. We have one final selection for you, and this is going to be kind of a culmination of everything that we have done so far in our 6th grade band class. And we're going to be able to perform for you a piece of sheet music, which is what we will be doing from here on out. We still work in our books to learn concepts, and we're going to be advancing our technical skills, but we're going to perform pieces of music for you. This is Rob Grice's Shine. Soloists in this piece, in the order of appearance, would have been Paisley, Max, Grant, our two fine percussionists, Eli and Jace. They're supposed to wave at you right now. Typical percussion. Followed by Emma, and then Bradley, and then finally Billy, and then the percussion again. Give the whole band a round of applause. Thank you.